Come on, ladies and gentlemen, give your hands, keep them clapping, because you don't have anything to do with them. How you doing? Excellent. What's your name? Jeff. What are you doing by yourself, Jeff? Oh, you're a comic? Don't tell anybody. Are you guys comics too? Yeah. Are you talking to me? No, I'm not. I'm talking to the guy behind you, don't worry. And he nodded and then pointed at you. It was very weird. I'm not going to deal with that thing anymore. So how you guys tonight? You guys having a good night? Woo! Yay! It's comedy show time. Yay. Excellent. I had to ask you how you were doing tonight. It's a standard comedian thing. We have to get that out of the way first. Tonight you will probably hear at least 1,000 times every 5 minutes. How are you doing tonight? It's a comedy thing. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's like comedians and audiences are like a dysfunctional couple that have nothing left to talk about, sitting in a Denny's and looking over the menu. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'll have the grandson. Denny's reference. Awesome. Excellent. So you guys have pets? Anybody have pets? Nobody has pets? You're not allowed to? No children, no pets. That's fantastic. I wish I'd made that option in my life. Whatever. No? Nobody has anything? Cat. You have a cat? What kind of, do you have that weird bond with your cat that nobody else gets?
She does, I don't.
She does. That's good. What I love, people's bonds with their pets fascinate me. Especially when tragedy strikes. Tragedy will always strike. And what I mean is like, if your pet goes missing, it's a terrible thing to most people. And then the first solution, of course, is to quickly run to your computer, find some sort of snapshot you put up on Facebook, put a little 8.5 by 11 piece of paper together with little pull tab things. Lost. Mittens. Pet kangaroo. And you put that up and you paste it everywhere. But every now and then you get that one. And I was walking down St. Denis the other day, and there was a sign for a missing dog. And the thing I loved about it the most is the fact this thing doesn't like me at all. The thing that I liked about it the most was the fact that it was written from the first person point of view. It's like, my name is Skipper. I was lost on Thursday. I have a brown coat and a bell around my neck. If found, please call my masters at blah, blah, blah. It's like Skipper was walking down the street when oh, crap. I'm lost. And he found the Kinko's, popped in, booted up Photoshop, and put that up. Now, if the dog was smart enough, he would have stuck around the sign and just had a big arrow going lost. But he didn't do that. Oh man, so it's an open night. I want to try a little bit of new material. You guys okay if I do a little bit of new stuff? Yeah, see, I love that about comedy. Because I can ask you if I can try something new, and you're like, yeah. If I was a doctor, I would suck. Time for that heart transplant. I'm going to try something new. I've got a gorilla. Now, I was sort of talking, had this thing happen to me the other day, and the reason sort of got into this pet thing is because this thing kind of happened to me the other day with I have 2 cats. And a little black cat who's a whore. And a little tabby cat who thinks the other cat's a whore. And they're very sweet little things. Anyways, I'd gone out one night with my wife, and we'd gone out and imbibed, shall we say. And the next morning, she's still asleep. I'm sitting on the sofa, trying to figure out what was good to watch. Just sort of, everything is gray, and I feel kind of green inside. And about a week before this had happened, a buddy of mine had given me this TV. He said, you want a TV? And I went, yeah, I love a TV. He brought over this TV, and it was like this giant 1972 console. Sort of wood box thing, this giant monster of a thing that had a hole in the back. I didn't know that. This is important. So you guys keep up. Anyway, so I'm sitting there all green and gray. And watching, and down the stairs of my place, and right in front of me, my black cat comes zooming by. And then the tabby cat comes zooming by. And then the black cat came zooming by. And it took a second. I had to do the math. I got 2. And so I suddenly start looking around, and there's a squirrel. A black squirrel, which had apparently lived in the television. He didn't tell me that his squirrel was on television here. And the squirrel had gotten out, and my cats were now chasing the squirrel around my house. Now, my wife is upstairs, and she's hungover. And I'm running around the house with my cats, like idiots, trying to get the squirrel. And the whole time I'm screaming at my wife, Joe, there's a squirrel. Joe, there's a squirrel. Nothing. I love her. And I'm running around, and the best part is the cats at one point looked at me like, oh, cool, we have help. And so they're like, suddenly they're doing like military maneuvering, and they're coming around this way, and they're flanking it in towards me, and I have a squirrel running at me, which makes me go the other way. And so I'm going to think, oh, that's not working at all. And so I went and opened up all the doors of my house. And I've got my house, so I'm running around trying to get the squirrel out the door. My cats are indoor cats, so I don't want the cats out the door. So it's a lot of trying to like push squirrels while kicking cats and trying to. I have a fantastic goalie, I found out. So I'm moving around the whole thing. Finally, the squirrel's gone. I don't know where the squirrel's gone, but the squirrel is gone. The cats have settled down. I sit down. At which point, the love of my life, my wife walks down the stairs and goes, what's going on? And I went, the squirrel! Which didn't really clarify the problem very well. She goes, oh, okay, where? And I went, well, no, it's gone. The cats and I dealt with it. Anyways, but an hour later, I'm sitting down watching TV. This time I'm with my wife. I tried to explain the whole squirrel thing. She didn't get it. We're sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden, black cat, tabby cat, black cat. Now, not only do I have my 2 cats running around like idiots, now my wife and I have dropped our IQs to about basement level as we're running around bumping into each other like a freaking Laurel and Hardy cartoon. Squirrels! Squirrels! Finally, we get the squirrel out. Sit down. Got it out the door, and the only thing that my wife had to say about the whole thing was, you should have called me earlier. I could have dealt with that. This is why I'm now getting a divorce. And if you'd like to date my wife, I'll give you her number. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to tell that story because it was really weird. Anyways, I want to bring your mind back on up. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you later.